Let's see. Put some of this on. It's gonna be ashy by the lips. I'm just down here ashy talking to y'all. Anyway, hello. I hope that everybody is well. If you're not well, you will be well. I'm praying for you. Pray for me too. So did I almost forget what I wanted to talk about? No, I did not forget what I wanted to talk about. What came to mind was that some of you, me, you, all of us, right? We want relationships. We want romantic relationships. But some of us want romantic relationships and we only want it to differ from what's really going on in our lives. Maybe we don't have all the money that we want. We don't have a job. Maybe things around us kind of are mediocre. They kind of suck. It's getting mundane. So now you want some excitement. And some of you are running from other stuff too. So it's just like, give me a relationship. I'll take a relationship. I'll take love. I'll take all of that fun, all the endorphins, all of this, the serotonin just swirling. I want all of that because everything else in my life sucks. So you got to be cautious of that because you could be wanting that relationship only so that it can take away, it can defer you from things you haven't dealt with. And it could even be serious things. It could be hurt, it could be trauma. So just be sure that you want a relationship for the right reasons, okay? And not for the reason of, this will help me get over, or this will help me not think of, or this person will provide me with, you fill in the blank. Just make sure that it's authentic, because some of y'all want relationships almost for selfish reason. And a selfish reason could be one that could help you or save your life, or at least provide you with a sense of sense of wanting to live and to go on. But still, that's selfish, because like what are you going to give that person? So at that point you could be a taker. So be cautious of that. If your life is devoid of something, it's probably God, that relationship with God. So you always want to turn that around and say, okay, God, help me with this feeling of lack, despair, loneliness. Okay. And God will start to illuminate things to you, for you, in regards to you, because God can't give you your perfect person if you're not perfect. Quote, and we can never be perfect. I'm just using that word because, everybody wants the perfect somebody, right? But you can't get your perfect person if you are just not willing to do any work. And some of y'all out there think that y'all are just, you are so far beyond being worked on, far beyond just healing, deliverance, maybe from yourself and your own personality. Some of y'all got some nasty attitudes. And it only shows up when you don't get your way. When it's not going your way. You could be as nice and sweet as pie, and as soon as you don't get your way, then there's the nasty. So you got to work on that. Or there's the vindictiveness if things aren't going your way, or somebody, slighted you, or you feel jaded, now you're thinking of a plan to get them back. You need to work on that. You can't do that. Period. We can't do that. I can't do that either. Somebody can't, come into my life, play me, if you will, make me think that they want to be with me and they don't. And then I find out, and now I'm devising this plan to get them back, to confront them, to make their life a living hell. No, you cannot do that. So, be cautious. Well, be cognizant of why you want a relationship. Number one, think about that. And then secondly, think about if you're ready for that. Why haven't the other relationships worked? And it's not always the other person. If it's all because I keep meeting, trash human beings, where are you going to meet these people? You got to really start pinpointing because you can only fix you, right? You can't fix anybody else. You can't you can't manipulate anyone else, but you can manipulate you. You can change you, right? So if you're only meeting trash human beings, where you meeting them at? In the dumpster? Where, don't go there anymore. What do you dress like? How do you act? How do you talk? How fast do you want to take things, make it physical? You got to really go through the gamut of why you keep getting the same result. And a lot of times, again, I know you don't want to hear it, it's because your way is without God. You haven't put God in all. You have to acknowledge God in everything you do, in all your ways. So if you want a husband, if you want a wife, God has to be in that. If you make a plan and say, I'm going to get out in the world and take myself out every weekend, I'm going to put myself in a place where single people are, God has to be in that. It shouldn't be that you made that plan and then, you go and act on it. It should be, God, should I do this? Praying to God, God, where should I go? If there is a yes answer, it should really be God in that, because you want God to guide you. You want to get to the correct person, to the right person. You don't want to do it your way, because your way, you've been getting, crappy results. You've been getting trash human beings, period. And you may say, okay, there's just a lot of trash human beings out here nowadays. That could very well be a fact. Just a lot of trash individuals. They just, they're coming off the assembly line, just trash. And that's just the way of society now. You can look at some of the slang and some of the words that they use. People call themselves savage and demon and stuff like that. So how could you be expecting a high standard for somebody or someone who participates in that type of, societal norm, or that type of, that type of typology, that type of characteristics? You can't expect much for somebody who will call themselves a savage, a demon, say that they're toxic or they're on their narcissistic vibe or whatever. You can't just lower your expectations with those type of people. And if you are one of those type of people, then you know that people don't expect much of you. So yeah, there is an influx, an overwhelming amount of people who just don't care for anybody, maybe not even for themselves that much, if you really get down to it. That does not give you right to just say, well, then I'm perfect, I don't need to change anything about me, people are just trash. There's still a few good people in the world. There's only 5. I'm one of the 5. No, joking. There are good people in the world. It's just about, the only way you're going to meet them is doing that work on you, and that work is getting closer to God. Go to God, have a relationship with God, and then God is going to guide you to the person that you're supposed to be with. That's just what it is. You're not going to find this on your own. You can try, and people have, and you'll say, well, my aunt and my uncle, they've been together for 80 years and 60 years and 50 years, and they don't know God, they don't talk to God. Okay, well, there's exceptions to the rule, but are they absolutely happy? Have you actually interviewed your aunt and uncle? Do you want to be an exception, or do you want to have an exceptional result? And the only way you can have an exceptional result is having God in all of your plans and all of your ways, okay? So you can try to go out here and be the exception, like, oh, well, I saw other people doing it and other people got it. Go ahead. The exceptions are like, what, 1%, less than 1%? Go ahead. If you get what you're looking for, let me know how you did it. Let me know your formula. I'm going to take your formula to God and see if I should be doing it too. But outside of that, everything in prayer and supplication. If you want a husband, if you want a romantic relationship, if you want companionship, pray for that. And then God will start working with you in regards to maybe what you need to change, maybe what you don't need to change. Maybe, I don't know your life, I don't know you, but God He will hear you. He is near to those who cry out to Him to activate. You just got to cry out, right? And it says pray without ceasing. So this isn't a one time. I prayed once a year for my husband and my wife. They never came. Pray without ceasing. The moment you want to give up, start praying. The moment you meet another trash individual, pray them out of your life. Keep the prayers going, because God will eventually get you to the place where you need to be. And some things are just a test, because it's in the Bible, it says that God tests our mind and he searches our heart. So you may say you want husband, wife, you want a good person, but God knows the desire of your heart. You know, he knows your real desire. So sometimes it'll be a test. You say you want a good woman, good man, that God will put you in a place to see what a good man, good woman is, and maybe even have that. But the desire, you may not have had what we call a heart transplant. God may have not changed your heart, your desires yet. So God will start to illuminate to you. Yeah, you say this, but your heart is still that old sinful heart of yesteryear. What you need is to change your desires, because some of you could be wanting someone good, but you need to learn how to be good. You need to learn how to be better. So keep that in mind, guys. That just came to mind. I'm going to run some more errands, and that's about it. I've been keeping the Sabbath, but not by way of like I need to do it, because if I don't do it, I'm going to hell. Nothing like that. But it just gives you an opportunity to rest. Like, we work, most of us work. We work the entire week. And you need one day to just recuperate, just to do nothing. And that's what the Sabbath is about. You can pray, you can read your Bible, you could do absolutely nothing. You can go to sleep, you can eat, you can just take a chill pill. So I have been trying to observe the Sabbath. I think it's good. It's just good for God's way is perfect and true. And if he say take a day off, by way, I mean, he made everything. So take a day off, try to observe that and be diligent with that if you can. It's not a heaven or hell issue, though. Like, if you don't do it, you're not going to hell. No one can damn you to that. But if you find yourself, if you can take the Sabbath, just take a day of rest, do so. And today, the Sabbath actually falls on the new moon. So we've got the new moon and the Sabbath together, the 19th, May 19th. In Ezekiel 46, chapter 46, it talks about the Sabbath and the new moon. This is a special time. The new moon is for us to replenish, to recuperate. It's something new here. It's starting, a new cycle. Let go of something old. Newness, blessing, a clean slate. Okay, so just take this time to maybe clean the slate. Read the Bible, pray for things that you want to come in, and let God do a work on you. So that's what I have for you guys. If you feel like you need prayer, you want someone to pray with, my email address is below. Thank you again. Many blessings to you. I'll see you again. I'll talk to you guys soon.